right, hi class. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope your families are well. Today we're going to get into our comprehension and we're still working with the cause and the effect. So today we are working on page 70 and 71 of our work packet. I am going to add the link to the work packet below. Okay, so we're working on page 70 and 71. So what is the first thing that we always want to do when we're working with an article? Think about it for a second. If you said the first thing that we do is underline the title of the text, you are correct. So we want to underline the title of the text, the history and description of Africa. So, all right, so the history and description of Africa, that lets me know that this text is going to have something to do with Africa. And based on what we've been working on this week, we're working on our cause and effect skills. So we know we're going to be looking for different causes and effects in this text. So I am going to read it out loud. I know some of you do not need to read aloud, so do not worry. Just pause it and read it to yourself if you know that you do not receive a read aloud. All right. Born in 1485, Leo Africanus traveled across the Sahara to the city of Timbuktu in West Africa. His account provides a glimpse of life there in the early 1500s. In the center of the city is a temple, and in addition, there is a large palace constructed by the same architect where the king lives. The shops of the artisans, the merchants, and especially weavers of cotton cloth are very numerous. Fabrics are also imported from Europe to Timbuktu, borne by Berber merchants. The inhabitants are very rich, especially the strangers who have settled into the country. So much so that the current king has given 2 of his daughters in marriage to 2 brothers, both businessmen, on account of their wealth. There are many wells containing sweet water in Timbuktu. And in addition, when the Niger River is in flood, canals deliver the water to the city. Grain and animals are abundant, so that the consumption of milk and butter is considerable. But salt is in very short supply because it is carried here from Tegaza, some 500 miles from Timbuktu. I happened to be in the city at this time when a load of salt sold for 80 ducats. The king has a rich treasure of coins and gold ingots. One of these ingots weighs 970 pounds. There are in Timbuktu numerous judges, teachers, and priests, all properly appointed by the king. He greatly honors learning. Many handwritten books imported from Barbary are also sold. There is more profit made from this commerce than from all other merchandise. Instead of coined money, pure gold nuggets are used, and for small purchases, cowrie shells, which have been carried from Persia, and of which 400 equal a ducat. All right, now we want to answer these 4 questions about the text. Question number 1, who is the writer and when did he travel to Timbuktu? Question number 2, how did Timbuktu receive goods from Europe? Question number 3, how does the writer describe the inhabitants of Timbuktu? And question number 4, what is the account mostly about? So these are the 4 questions that you want to answer about what we just read. And I'm going to put a picture of the text up so you can look for the correct answers. Question number 1, who is the writer and when did he travel to Timbuktu? You should have gotten that the writer is Leo Africanus and he traveled to Timbuktu in the early 1500s. The number 2, how did Timbuktu receive goods from Europe? You should have put that Berber merchants brought them. you could have found that in paragraph 2. Number 3, how does the writer describe the inhabitants of Timbuktu? You should have said that he said that they were very rich. All right, and the last question, question number 4, what is the account mostly about? This is more of an inferencing question, so you're not going to find the answer directly in the text. You're just thinking, okay, what was that? What I just read, what was it mostly about? And it's just telling you about what life in the city of Timbuktu was like. And this is what we're filling out today. This chart shows the causes and effects from the text. Complete the chart by drawing X's in the box to connect the causes with the effects. Some causes may have 2 effects. So the causes are Berber merchants set up trade routes with Europe. Grain and animals were plentiful, but salt was not. The king respected education and learning. Okay, so those are 3 causes. Our effects are Timbuktu merchants became rich. There were many judges, teachers, and priests, and salt was imported from 500 miles away. So I'm going to give you one example of this, and then I am going to post the text so you can fill the rest of this chart out yourself, and then you can double check your answers with me. All right, so first cause, Berber merchants set up trade routes with Europe. Well, because they did that, then Timbuktu merchants became rich. So I would place an X right here. All right, that's a funny looking X because I'm using my left hand and I am right-handed. All right, so there were many judges, teachers, and priests. Well, that has nothing to do. That's not because Berber merchants set up trade routes with Europe. So I would not put an X right there. And then salt was imported from 500 miles away. Well, because Berber merchants set up trade routes with Europe, they were able to import salt from 500 miles away. So I would put an X right here. All right, so I want you guys to fill out these 2 on your own. I'm going to post the text just in case you need it, and then you can double check your answer. All right, this should be what your answer looks like, so you can double check your work really quickly. All right, and it's the end of the video, so you know what time it is. It is challenge time. Every time you answer one challenge question, you get your name placed in the pizza drawing. So I post 2 videos a day. If you answer 2 challenge questions, then you get your name placed in the drawing twice. So the more questions you answer, the higher chance you get of winning that pizza. And our question today is pretty simple. It's just what is one thing that you learned from the text today? So what is one thing that you didn't know before that you learned from reading this text? So I have a sentence starter for you. Okay, it's one thing I learned from the text was blank. So you're just going to complete that. And I'm going to post a picture of this so you can see it too.